Alrighty. What is that? Ooh, is that yours?
Looks like a dog hair.
Oh, it's a Benjamin beard
Could be
hair.
beard hair.
Oh, beard hair.
Or a dog. It could be either.
It could. All right, let's get started.
It's not a pube, not yet.
Got a couple more years to wait.
Still, like the beard's gone grey, but everything else has maintained its original colour.
How are you, Sam?
Good.
It's good to have you here at the desk.
Yeah.
There's another one.
I think that's the same
I think
one.
it's the same one.
Ben, how are you, mate?
Good.
Hello, everybody. Glenn here, Ben, Sam from the Good Movie Monday podcast. Just doing a reaction video. Ben and I had the opportunity to see Top Gun 2 or Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick. It's a Maverick film.
Yeah, they did
when Muff was Muff Maverick.
They did this release, the premiere or press release. What was it we saw? Preview.
It was a preview.
They did it much earlier than they usually do.
Yes.
And I'm going to put it out there. I think it's the best film of the year so far. That's how much I liked it. This is a movie that I think silences the cynics. What are you doing?
The thing that
in the
opening scene of the film, as the planes are taking off the air carrier, there's like 10 guys just constantly giving a thumbs up, and not just like with every plane.
Yeah.
They're so like, yeah, like we did it, and they're high-fiving each other and they're giving each other the thumbs up, and they're like, they can't believe it. You're like you're doing like 10 of these. Like you're so excited about like every time that a plane doesn't just go and immediately crash into the ocean. Like it's party time on those air carriers.
Hey, that's probably how they roll, man, in real life.
There's just like they don't tell you in the during their Navy ads, but it's all about being enthusiastically positive.
That's right. You have to do the thumb test.
Yeah, and they're like,
yeah.
It's like I laugh to it, and then they do it at the start. It doesn't happen again really until the end of the film, and then it's all over again.
Because they bookend the movie with nostalgia, right? So the opening and the closing of the film are definitely cut from that original 1986 movie in a very effective way. It's not like on the nose, it actually works really well. It got me teary.
I just like to think that was the thumbs up stuff is all the Christopher McQuarrie contribution to the screenplay.
Yeah,
like they had it all in it, and Tom Cruise going, I'm going to bring my best friend Christopher McQuarrie, who's directed all the movies that I've been in the last like 5-10 years, in to do a rewrite, and Christopher McQuarrie is going, you know what this film's missing? Some thumbs up.
What did you think of the film, Sam?
I loved it.
We've just wedged Sam in the middle because she's here, and rather than have her on the side,
I'm involved.
Come in.
You enhance the video just by being in it. What do we want to say about the film? Story-wise, it is obviously, it's what, 36 years later? No, it can't be 36. Where is it?
Was it 80?
Possible. I mean, I think he's supposed to be older than. Is he older than the real time that's passed?
I don't know. He's older than Tom Skerritt was in the first one.
Yeah.
But anyway, it catches up with Maverick all these years later. He is doing sort of experimental flights, I guess. He's
like a test pilot. He's like the right stuff type.
Yeah. And they end up pretty much pulling the plug on the project he's working on. And
yeah, because they're like, why don't we just replace this with drones?
Yeah.
We don't need planes that can go Mach 10.
Which kind of...
We've got razors that do that.
Which is good that they do that, because they do address that fact briefly that drones are the future. It's going to replace pilots. They kind of get that out of the way quickly with Ed Harris and whatnot. And so I sort of, a lot of the people that are critical of the film have been saying, why bother putting pilots? You're one of them.
Yeah.
It's fun and all, but why bother with pilots?
Immediately after the film finished, I leaned over to you and Scott and went, why don't they just send a drone in?
Yeah, I know. So what I would say is treat this movie like it's a final hurrah. Like this is their last mission. They get
Tom Cruise's last film. He actually died in the making of it. And so haven't told anyone yet.
So what
that episode of Las Vegas where Van Damme goes off the top of the building in the motorcycle.
He pulls a foolish stunt when he finds out they're about to cancel his program or whatever, and then as opposed to punishing him, they send him off to Top Gun again to train up a new batch.
What I love is that he's shocked by. He thinks it's a great bit.
Yeah,
where he thinks like he's been they brought him over to fly this mission because it's so difficult, and they're like, no. You're just here to train the new guys. Like, oh.
And amongst the new guys is Rooster, which is Miles Teller, and he's the son of Goose from the first film. And Maverick in this film carries the burden of guilt and regret over the death of Goose, and he's been overprotective of this Rooster character in the story arc prior to the movie starting. So then Miles Teller carries resentment for him. So there's that kind of dynamic going on here.
The B story, or the C story. I
Yeah,
don't know if the Jennifer Connelly story.
There's a side story with Jennifer Connelly's love interest too, which is done well enough that it's not annoying. Like it's it has its purpose, and she's a character that's referenced in the original Top Gun but never seen. So
is she?
Yeah, she's the daughter of one of the captains or whatever that he had a fling with back then. So that kind of plays into it nicely too. There's a lot of little juicy things that you can pick up from if you go back and watch the original. But just overall, like the appeal of this one is the fact that it's no CGI, it's real action. They put all, like Tom Cruise's insistence, they put all of these actors in real fighter pilots and made them act under G-force.
I have to say that is one of my issues with the film. And it's not the film's fault.
Yeah,
but like it is all real. But I question: are we past that? Like they're in like F-14s, F-18s, or whatever it is, stealth jets and stuff like that, and you're like, I've seen dudes fly around in space.
But what I think, like, I get what you're saying. I kind of agree with you. But what I think the difference is here is that they are acting under physical restraint, so you can see their face drooping and and the pressure, and you can't fake what they're doing.
No,
and the way their heads will shudder back and forward. You can simulate that, right? You could put them in a machine that fucking rocks or whatever.
But I'm watching a movie. I don't care if it's fake. Like for me, I keep thinking back to that scene in what's it? Is it Morning Glory? What's that show? The one with Rachel McAdams and Harrison Ford.
Yeah, Morning Glory.
Morning Glory, and they send the weatherman.
The Grant Denyer moment.
Grant Denyer character, and he kind of passes out.
Which was that was taken from Grant Denyer's experience on the morning show.
The morning show,
yeah.
And that is great. I'm like, that's I could have used more of that.
Mind you, like I think this is a fantastic example of like how action movies should be edited now, because the cutting between those cockpits, the actual fighting, the story on ground level, like it all just seamlessly dances with each other. And these scenes of these fighter jets, hop, skipping and jumping between mountains and bridges and whatnot, it's just exhilarating.
Yeah.
And it's loud, and I see it on the biggest screen possible. That's the biggest favor you can do yourself. And then when they lean into those sappy moments, like it is like watching an 80s movie all over again. And I latched onto that.
I have to say, like they're in the bar bell is there, all that stuff from the original, but at no point, I mean, they do sing, but at no point does anyone sing off key to a woman in order to try and get sex. Very disappointing. That's the best thing about Top Gun.
Therefore, they're not trying to recreate the original.
No.
But look, this gets the.
It's odd, actually. It's odd that they didn't.
This gets the Top Gun thumbs up.
It's like this, mate. You got to do it like in.
Well, there is a great moment of that. Which towards the end of the film where they do that to the enemy. Remember?
Yeah.
And that was hilarious. That was just This movie. What I'm
saying? No idea. And like he's doing all these the guy's doing all these military baseball players. He's like, I don't know what that means. No.
This is universal.
Yeah.
So far, best film of the year for me. Just it was a great experience. It's an event film, and probably will go back to the cinemas to watch it again for sure. There we go. And I hope you enjoy it when you see it, Sam. Thanks for being here on the video.
Thanks. Thank you. Sorry.
We recalled 12 Top Gun graduates to fly this mission.
Everyone here is the best there is.
Damn right.
Who are they going to get to teach us?
Good morning, aviators.
Whoa! It's Maverick.
Show me what you're made of.
And we're off.
We're going into combat on a level no one's ever seen.
It's not the plane, it's the pilot.
Hang on! Top Gun Maverick, rated PG-13.